here you go. This is why, because they're never losing money. If you're not losing money, you're not gonna get poor. You're staying rich. So this is how they're staying rich. And we're sharing this information with you, not because, like the video that we're sharing in the beginning, we're not selfish people. We know this information. We've personally invested in these types of accounts, and we want to share this with you so that way you can turn your legacy around. Like the preacher said in that video, we're going to leave a legacy like it or not. What type of legacy we leave is up to us. And with this type of investment, we show you much more in more detail how you can leave a legacy that is actually good for your family. That's going to take you out of that cycle of poverty and starting the next generation on a better footing that you actually started. So I hope I've added some value to you and I've given you some information. I know there are going to be a lot of questions that you have to ask. Please reach out to the person who have invited you to this today, and you'll have a sit down and you'll have more answers. All your questions will be answered at that point, and some more clarity will be given to you at that point. Thank you.
Wow, look at you, Mr. Mo. Super excited. Yes, amazing. Great job, Mo. Thank you so much for doing that. So guys, we talk about investing your money, saving your money, where you're going to get a high interest, compound interest, which we know the banks doesn't give us compound interest, right? Your money is protected from a tax perspective, so you're minimizing your taxes. You don't want to grow a lot of money, but then you got to give Uncle Sam an unknown amount because we don't know what the taxes are going to be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So how do you really protect your money? How do you really control your future, right? You want to have these 4 cornerstones. You want to make sure that wherever you're putting your money today, it is growing. So because I'm Guyanese, I'm going to talk about the West Indian population. My mom always said to me, oh, Dada, you know, we grew up and we didn't have to do this and we didn't have to do that. Well, that was good back then. Okay, we're in 2022. Shout out to my mom who's watching on Facebook. But guys, we got to put our money where it's going to grow. Putting it in the bank, it's not going to grow. Giving it to the susu lady, it's not going to grow. Burying it under the mattress, it's not going to grow, right? So we've got to unlearn some of these things. But also we want our money to be safe. So some people, they're getting the growth, but they're not going to get the safety. Why? Because they're putting it in the stock market where it's going to go up and it's going to come down, right? So the third box you want to make sure that your money is getting is tax advantage. The wealthy are super hype on making sure that all these millions and billions is positioned in the right accounts where they will never or minimize paying more tax than they should. So if you have your money and you're like, oh, Dada, my money is growing in the stock market and my money is safe, I didn't really lose anything or I didn't lose anything at all, that's not true. The market is down, right? Everybody lost money. So the third bucket is you want to make sure that it's tax-free money. Because if you got $1 million and that $1 million has to be taxed, you no longer have $1 million. On top of it, you don't even know how much Uncle Sam is going to tax you. And the fourth box, you want to make sure that that money is protected, right? We live in America where they can sue you in a jiffy. We live in a society where people are always trying to take stuff from you. You got to protect your money. And so there are accounts out here that provides these 4 things, that gives you this cornerstone. And I'm going to share with you one of the strategies that we share with families every day. I own these for myself. I'm proud to say my nieces and nephew, the minute they're born in my family, they come into Auntie Odetta, right? Because we figured out what the witch knew, right? We figured out what the wealthy been doing, what other cultures have been doing from day one. they're putting their money in Index Universal Life. The 4 cornerstones that I just showed you: growth on your money, safety on your money, tax advantage on your money, and protecting your money is in a strategy like the IUL. There's only 2 types of vehicle in the entire financial sphere that offer those 4 cornerstones. And we're going to talk about one of them today. Now, this is an illustration of a parent setting aside just $285 right here. $285. That is less than $10 a day. I'm sure you can save less than $10 a day. It is Thanksgiving weekend, and when everybody else is out there trying to spend, we are here teaching people how to save money, but not just save it smart, where your money is going to have those 4 cornerstones: growth, safety, tax-free, and protect your money, right? So this is a 2-year-old, and we just want to show you the power. This global index account averages about 7%. Are we getting 7% in the bank? No. Are we getting 7% in the stock market? Yes. We could have more than 7% in the stock market, but there's also no guarantee of safety. Here we have a guarantee of safety. So let's look at this illustration. The far right, we have the age of the child, the year. Premium outlay is how much money we're contributing per year, $3,427. The cash surrender value is how much money we can touch or access. And then, of course, because it's sheltered in a life insurance, which is giving it all the bells and whistles from the taxes, there's a death benefit. So from day one, your 2-year-old that is creeping around the house, net worth is $100,000. So let's follow the money. I'm going to show you how we set kids up to be millionaires. Not just regular millionaires, but tax-free millionaires in their lifetime. Let's go to the year when this kid is done with college. We've been saving from 2-year-old, and we can actually start from 15 days old. The minute that kid gets a Social Security, we could sign them up. And again, we're protecting their future. We're mapping out their future. We're setting them up to be wealthy. So you can do this for a newborn. Just have the social. And we can do this even for adults. So at 22 age, when this child is done with college, first milestone of major expense, paying off for college. So we've contributed over a 20-year span, $68,000, and we can touch $113,000. Let that sink in. Now, we're not done. This was college. And because the money was saved in an Index Universal Life account, the kid was able to get free grants, free scholarship, and financial aid. Because this is not seen. This is an asset. This does not have to be disclosed on financial aid forms. If you show them you got money, they'll make you pay. You show them you don't have money, they pay. So this is where you want to save the money. At 22, they have money for college. Let's say they're a late bloomer. They're ready to buy their first house. Or maybe let's say at age 30, they're ready to buy their first house. Pay attention. Do you guys see this premium outlay column that has all zeros? We stopped funding this account at the age of 27. Super ambitious. We stopped funding the account. So now that this child has gotten done with college, they're out, they're working, they could very well continue funding this, but we just want to show you the power. Just with stop funding at age 27, you would have put into this account $84,650, and the cash value is $169. We don't put a penny more. Now at age 30, we're ready to buy a house. We got $200,000 sitting there that we can touch for a down payment, for a wedding, to start a business opportunity, for whatever. You see the mistake we make? Some of us, we only save for college. That's because that's what we were taught. And then after college, we're on our own to figure it out. But what I teach my client today is I'm going to map it out all the way to generational wealth. So now we have money at age 30 for a house. And again, look at the cumulative premium. We've only contributed $84,000 within a 25-year span. We stopped funding the account, all 000s, but the account is still growing. This is compound interest at work, not simple interest. All right? So now let's say we got the house because we got money for the house. Let's fast forward to retirement years. The millionaire mark. Now we make this kid a millionaire, 58 years old. Again, how much did we put in? $84,000. Which investment you can put in $84,000 and it grows to $1 million? And not just $1 million, but a tax-free $1 million. Because you see, if you had this $1 million in your 401k, your IRA, your stocks, your mutual fund, trust and believe, and you know it to yourself, it's not $1 million. Because number one, this money has to be taxed. This money has to be taxed. If it was sitting in your 401k, 403b, IRA, 457, TSP, thrift account, it has to be taxed. But by positioning the money in these index strategies account, it's 100% tax-free. Again, you only put in 84. It grew to $1 million. So I open up this webinar with the video talking about building a legacy. What is your last name going to be when we're gone? Let me show you. 65. Right? We got 1.5 million. Again, we only put in 84. Let's go to age 75. 2.7 million. Again, we only put in 84. Let's say we die. If we live long enough, that's a good thing. Let's say we live to age 100. Look at the cash surrender value column. Again, we only put in 84,000. The cash surrender value column, this is the money that we set up. So this child or this adult could have massive wealth and financial security, financial freedom. There's money here for everything that could pop up in life. 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million. It's crazy. So there's money here for retirement. There's money here for old age. And because it is hidden in an IUL, Index Universal Life, this is not seen. This is untouchable. They can sue you and take everything away except your IUL. And when we die, the death benefit, how much millions do we leave behind? How much millions do we leave behind? Do you think somebody in your second, third, fourth generation is going to be thanking you? Do you think somebody in your second third, fourth generation will have a picture in their wallet of you? Do you think somebody in their second, third, fourth generation in your bloodline will forever thank you? Because you left them something. Even if it's 10,000, much less millions. This is what the Rockefellers been doing. So, this is just a 2-year-old. This is just a 2-year-old. We can design these accounts based on your age, based on how much you want to contribute. This is all I do all day, every day. Show people how to become millionaires, tax-free millionaires, where because we live in America, if somebody sues you, they can't touch this. They can go after your 401k, they can go after your house, but they cannot come after your IUL. So going back to the 4 cornerstone, this is how you protect your wealth. Again, we live in America. You want to make sure your money is growing. You want to make sure your money is safe. Because no sense growing it if you can lose it all. There's people right now in retirement that are broke. They did everything they told us to do, and they're still losing money even in retirement because where their money is sitting. Or maybe they have a lot of money, but again, because of where it's sitting, they're going to pay a whole lot of tax. Or it's not protected. It's out there to the public. It's up for grab. People can sue you. People can take it away from you. People can put claims on it. People can put lien on your stuff. So it's not protected. This is what we teach families. In addition to helping with strategies, we offer workshops because we are big on financial education. Again, these are not things we're learning in school. I'm a professor. My students don't know this. My dean doesn't even know this information because I didn't learn this in school. They're not teaching us this information in class. But we are big on financial education. We have our own curriculum, our own proprietary book called Saving Your Future. So when you become a member, if you choose to become a member, you're going to learn about finance. You're going to learn how to increase your cash flow. You're going to learn how to manage your debt. You're going to learn how to build a solid financial foundation. You're going to learn the pillars of protection, how to build wealth, because some of us are building wealth. We're accumulating asset, but we don't know how to keep it. We certainly don't know how to preserve it. And then some of us got great jobs. We're working for amazing companies, and they're giving us a 401k, 403b IRA, and we think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But when you know what we know, you realize there's better options. So, who are we? Aegon has been around for 176 years. There are one of 9 companies listed too big to fail. And like every major company, they wanted to be in the US. They're based in the Netherlands. So they acquire Transamerica, which everybody knows. They're based in San Francisco with that landmark building. When you think of New York, you know the Empire State Building. When you think of Transamerica, you think about the building. And WFG is the distribution platform that we are on the forefront educating the community when it comes to financial education. And WFG is based in Georgia. So let's talk about some numbers. We have almost 50,000 licensed agents like myself all out throughout US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Almost 50,000. We only work with A-rated companies and providers. 4.6 million families help, and that's nothing. We've got a lot more families to help because New York alone has 9 million people. And 77 different product providers. These are companies that we can work with that are on our platform and have to be A-rated in order to be on our distribution platform. So, here are some of the companies we have access to. I'm sure you know some of them. Franklin Templeton Investment, Transamerica, Everest, the #1 funeral concierge in the world that pays out in 48 hours. No other final expense company pays out in 48 hours. Someone passed away today, 2 days from now, you got the check. Nationwide, we all know the jingle. They're on our side. AMS Financial, Prudential, which Mo was part of prior to coming on board with WFG, Pacific Life, Crumb, Jackson, Alliance, Allianz, Vanguard, all companies. And these are just some. Again, we have 77 different product providers. 77. So, we're on a massive hunt for more people like ourselves. We're looking for people who want to teach this information from the comfort of your home, helping anybody in the entire USA. And what's in it for you? Well, you have personal income. You get licensed in this business. You help a family save money, not spend. We're going to educate our clients how to save money, not spend. So you have personal income that you can make. You have agency income if you decide to build a team like myself. You have expansion income anywhere in the US and Canada. And then you also have bonus income and recurring income. So you see, when I help a family one time, as long as that family keep their saving strategy every year, you can receive recurring income, residual. I've been in this country over, 18 years? The person who sold me my cell phone, if they had a model like this, because I've had my cell phone for 18 years, the number, that's a lot of income. So in the financial service industry, there's several ways to earn income. In the beginning, you have to learn. And once you learn this information, you're going to earn. Let's talk about the compensation. It is second to none. When you first start with us, you are a trainee associate. That just means you're starting from the ground up. Everybody got to start somewhere. But as soon as you help your first 3 families save, as soon as you help 3 families on board, now you're an associate at 45%. So how much money are we making? You sit with one account, one client, and you open one account on a Zoom for maybe 2-3 hours max, you're making $1,350. $1,350. That's what did it for me. When I first started with WFG 5 years ago, my first paycheck, I made more money than my teaching job in 15 minutes. 15 minutes of me being on a Zoom, I made more money than me getting dressed, get in my car, drive to the university campus, and teach for 3 hours. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to make my full-time job my part-time job, and make my part-time job my full-time business. So now I'm happy to say this is all I do. All day, every day, 24/7. Teach people financial education. Show people how to save, grow, and build wealth the right way, where you're getting the 4 cornerstones. Your money is growing, Your money is safe, your money is tax-free, and it is protected. You choose to become a marketing director, that just means you're building a team. Now you're at 62%. Or you want to be a senior marketing director like myself, again, that just means you're building a bigger team, 80%. The average senior marketing director makes anywhere between $82,000 to $927,000, shy of $1 million. And this is the bottom. This is starting at the bottom. How many people do you and I know are making this kind of income starting at the bottom? You wouldn't be free until you're financially free. And these are just some of my amazing business partners and colleagues, part of our amazing leadership team from all walks of life. You have Kaylin and Candace, who are barely 27, six-figure earners, right? You have Eduardo here, who comes from a hairstylist background, making six figures. You have Dr. Danielle Butts and her husband, professors. Guess what? Now she teaches part-time too, just like me. And she's doing WFG full-time. We have Dr. Maya, Harvard economist, also teaching financial education, because again, universities and colleges don't teach people personal finance. They may teach you finance to go get a job and make money for the company, but who's teaching you how to manage your own money? Who's teaching you how to save your own money? Who's teaching you how to build wealth for your family? And then we have my friend here, Rory and Andrea, who comes from the entertainment field, made a lot of millions. But sadly to say, because of not having this knowledge, they also made a lot of mistakes and lost a lot of money in wrong investments. And then you have Sarah, right? Executive Chick-fil-A, amazing, has been with WFG for 17 years. Gotta love George and Susie. They were news anchor on Telemundo, the Spanish channel. And when you hear their stories, how they lost their pension, and so many people think pension is safe, but they will tell you otherwise when you speak to them what happened to their pension at Telemundo. All of these guys are part of our amazing leadership. And of course, you got Monica and her husband, Rick Roman, who were mortgage banker brokers. Yes, they put a lot of people in homes. They approve a lot of mortgages. But guess what? They didn't know how else to help these people, to educate them to keep these homes. So with the knowledge that they have today, they're able to truly help families when it comes to real estate. And of course, your girl Odetta King is here also. Just somebody who came from Guyana, was hungry enough and wanted to poke a hole in the sky and found this opportunity and is loving every minute of it. World-class recognition. Because of WFG, I have more multi-millionaire friends and billionaires mentors. Had it not been for WFG, I will never cross paths for some of these people. Here we have Eric Thomas. Google him, the #1 motivator. Spoke at our convention 2 years ago. Father of leadership, John Maxwell. Google him. Also one of the key speakers at one of our major conventions. And everybody know Magic Johnson, right? Magic Johnson also spoke at one of our conventions. So many people. So many people. If it was not for WFG, I would not be where I am today. And on this Thanksgiving, we give thanks for this opportunity. And because we know what WFG has done for us, whether you want to be a client and get help with your finance, or whether you also want to look into the business opportunity, just let us know. Let us know what you're interested in. Get in touch with a person who invited you. And let's have a conversation and see, what would you like to do? Your choices are simple. Do you want to make money or do you want to save money? You want to make money? We'll explain to you the process to come on board. You have to be licensed. We're highly, highly, highly regulated in the state, in the financial service. Financial service is no joke. You have to have your credentials. So we're one of the most highly regulated states. But once you get your license, we help you get your license. You can get your license as little as 2 to 3 weeks. Once you get your license, you don't have to know everything. We train you. We teach you. We help you make money. Or your second choice, maybe you say, Odetta, I have some kids. I want you to sit with me and show me how I could make my kids millionaires. Or Odetta, I don't know, now that you told me about this 401k, can we take a look at my 401k and see if we could do something better? I want one of those IUL. Or you might already be retired and you lost money in the stock market and you say, Odetta, what can I do to grow and keep some of this money? Because guys, I promise you, the number one reason why people are up at night, especially in retirement, is worrying that they're going to outlive their money. Worrying that they're going to outlive their money. We're living longer. We're living longer. If you live to age 100, do you have enough income to sustain you until age 100? Forget 100. How about 70, 80, 90? Do you have enough to sustain you to those age? What's going to happen to your long-term care? Who's going to be there to care for you? Because God knows we can't depend on these kids. We got to make sure we depend on ourselves. And the best way to depend on yourself, I say it all the time, when life knocks you down, your money's what's going to cushion the blow. When life knocks you down, your money's what's going to cushion the blow. Because guess what? If you're in a nursing home or you want to stay in your house for a home LT to come visit you, it's not going to be free. It's not going to be free. Nothing is free in America. And the way our country is going, the country itself is broke. That's why they're constantly going to be increasing taxes. So if you have your money right now in accounts that you're delaying paying the tax today for 10, 5, 15, 20 years down the road, you're in for some serious mishap. You want to move your money out of a tax later account and put it in a tax advantage account where you're minimizing your taxes. Otherwise, you have no control on your future. So, with that being said, we want to thank you for being on today. We're going to be back here tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. Same time again, Sunday, 4 p.m. So if you want to see this again, come back, invite a friend, and for sure, get in touch with the person who invited you. Because now that we're done, and we hang up this live, shout out to you guys on Instagram and you guys on Facebook. But guess what? Pick up the phone. Call the person that invited you and say, hey, I need some more info. Can I have a conversation with you? Because I need to get my stuff together. If you're doing good, there's always room for better. Make no mistake. You might be like, Odetta, I'm good. But trust me, there's always room for improvement, especially when it comes to our finances. So with that being said, we'll see you back here tomorrow, 4 p.m. And then please share the link with anyone that, you know. And if there's any questions, since we have time, if there's any question, you can just put it in the chat.
Yes, I have a question on that.
Oh, that's Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hey, I was just going to ask if you can please put up that slide again showing the WFG.